Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to study about news item. This is the last chapter that we have learned. We will learn for this semester of grade 12. So what are in this chapter? News item. So writing a news item, and then cultural awareness, and then writing news item to part, to be, and to have, and also grammar. Okay, so what is news item? Being a news reader is not easy. You have to pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, clarity in speaking, and pause. So before we talk about what is news item, so you have already watched on television about news. There is a broadcaster or news reader. So if you want to be a news reader, it's not easy. So you have to pay the attention for pronunciation, intonation, clarity in speaking, and pause. So this is how to be a news reader. And then this is how news reader commonly have host a program. First, opening, greet your listener or viewers, mention your name and then program you are hosting, and then tell them how long the program will last. So this is opening for broadcaster, and then after that introduction, mention where the news come from and the topic about, and then the content or news, deliver the headline or lead, news feature, and then reminder. And the last closing, say when you'll be back with the program, and ask your listeners or viewers to stay tuned on that program for next weeks. Okay, this is how to be a news reader or newscaster. Okay, next, newspaper boys and newspaper hawkers. Okay, before the explanation, we will study about these newspaper boys. So this is the example of a news item. In Western nations such as Holland, Australia, the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, newspaper delivered to houses or offices was done by newspaper boys or newsboys. We call it newsboys or newspaper boy or paper boys. Paper boys took a very important role since this is the first paying job available for children and young teenagers, especially male. So this is the explanation how to be newspaper boy. So in contrast with paper boys, newspaper hawkers sold newspaper to passer-by on the street, often with very vocal promotion. Okay, so this is example of news item. Now, news item example, Kendiri SAR team. I will explain to you later. Okay, so the explanation of news item. Social function. So the social function of news item to inform readers, listener, or viewers about events of the day which are considered important and interesting. So if you the simple example like newspaper and magazine or TV program of news, so including in news items. Okay, so this is the social function to inform readers, listener, or viewers. Then text organization of this text. There are three. First, newsworthy events. Recount the event in summary form. Inform readers important or unique features of an event. Subjects related, and well as the location and the date. This paragraph answer the 5WH question. Okay, so introduction must be like this in the first paragraph. You have to tell your information, the reader, important thing about the event that you want to talk, and then background the event. So what is the content? Elaborate what happened, to whom, and in what circumstances. Tell the readers the sequence of the events in chronological order, and sometimes also explain why the events happen. So this is the background of your news, what happened to the news. And then the last paragraph, sources. Sources are comments by participants in, witnesses to, and authorities expert on the event. Use in quote attribution, and in paragraph in quote attribution in writing sources. So sources is the witnesses who saw the event, who stand around the event, yeah. So we call it sources, maybe from policemen, from the people around the area or something like that. Okay, so we come to the example of news item. For example, Kendari SAR team finds 3 more victims. So this is about accident maybe, yeah. Okay, so Kendari on Thursday 3 more victims from a ship that sank in Bandasi were found by a search and rescue team. Okay, they were Aristriono, the captain of the uh, Amami cargo ship, Yakub, a crewman, and Suharto, a passenger. Okay, so the first we call it a newsworthy event. So this is first paragraph. And then the Amami cargo ship had been missing since the incident occurred on Friday last week. The 3 victims were found on Thursday floating in water close to Menui Island, Central Sulawesi Province. 2 other victims were earlier saved by SAR team in Bandasi on Saturday last week, on a day after the ship sank due to bad weather. So this is the background. Yeah, the background why did the ship sink? Okay, and then source. Yeah, source. The last paragraph. The SAR team is still searching for 10 crew members and a passenger still missing after the incident, said Rocky Asikin, the head of Kendari SAR team. So this is the source of the news. So the news delivered by Rocky Askin, the head of Kendari SAR team, as expert people for this case. Okay, so you have understood, right? Yes. There are 3 parts: newsworthy, event, background, and source. Okay, so this is the example of news item. Now we come to the grammar or language features. Okay, so uh, there are 2 kinds of news: ceremonial news and prime news. So what is ceremonial news? Ceremonial news tells us about a formal event performed on a special occasion. For example, official opening of a building, seminar, congress, commemoration, anniversary, and handover of a position. So this is about ceremonial news. Okay, celebration. And then crime news tells us about violation of a law and commission of a duty of the commission of an act forbidden by law. Something about people who disobey the law. Okay, like stealing and then killing people and then something like that. Okay, so kind of news item. Okay, we come to the grammar focus. So tenses that will be used here is past tenses. For example, simple past. Yeah, we went to the zoo last week. I was very happy and wanted to go there again. So this is the example of simple past tense. And then we use also past continuous. They were watching the television when the thief entered their house quietly. Okay, so this is about past continuous tense, and also it will be used the past perfect. She had come earlier before we am there. Yeah, had come, verb 3 plus had plus verb 3. So this is for grammar of tenses, past tenses. Okay, and then next, grammar focus, we use also passive voice. Yeah, passive voice is used to emphasize the action, not the participant. Yeah, who did it. It also useful when you don't know the agent is. So this is explain about if there is something happen, so you don't know about the subject, so we can explain by using passive voice. Okay, I think you have already learned before about passive voice. And then study the sentences below. First, a mountainous valley of Inner Mongolia was shaken by a strong earthquake measuring 6.4 on the Richter scale last Friday. 2. Warning had been given by the police, but the motorists chose to ignore them. And then third, lava has been discharged by the volcanic mountain in the Sunda Strait several times lately. I think you already know the formula. The formula is after subject, you must put to be plus verb 3 and then object. So this is the passive voice formula for all tenses. Okay, verb 3. So every tenses must follow by the to be that they have, like present tense is mr, past tense was were, and then present perfect has been, have been, and then past perfect had been, yeah, something like that, and then future will be verb 3. Okay, so I think you have already learned, so I don't want to explain more. And then next, the last part is direct indirect speech. I think you have already learned too in secondary or in grade 11 or 10, yeah, direct indirect speech. So direct indirect speech is also used in news item. It is used in news item. Direct speech is the people who speak directly to the second speaker. Yeah, so we will write by using original word or sentences that he spoke. Okay, for example, the victims were taken to hospital for intensive care, said the chief of police. So the sign of direct speech we use put, ya, koma, ya, and tanda baca, ya, tanda titik dua atas, and or seru or question mark. Okay, so the victims were taken, langsung yang ngomong itu the chief or the police. So we will write the original sentences. Sedangkan indirect speech itu kalimat tidak langsung. Jadi direct speech kalimat langsung, dan indirect speech tidak langsung. The meteorologist said that there were no victims during the tremor. So ada tanda baca, ya. Langsung kita mengulang, we reply what meteorologist said. Jadi kita nulisnya the meteorologist said that there were no victims. Bedanya. And how to write it become direct into direct atau direct indirect into direct itu kalian sudah pelajari. Okay, now we come to the example yang tadi. Nah, di sini tentang Kenbarisa, you can see the passive voice, ya, penggunaan passive voice nih. Had been missing, were found, were earlier saved. Ini kan passive. And then ada past tenses. Past tenses contohnya ya, pada passive voice juga terdapat past tenses, ya. Lalu nih seng itu verb to, ya, dari sing, tenggelam, ya, itu penggunaan past tenses ada dalam paragraf ini. Lalu direct indirect speech-nya ini, yang the search team is still searching for 10 crew members and passengers still missing after the incident. Ini ada tanda kutip. Nah, ini yang disebut dengan direct. Yang ngomong adalah Rocky Askin. So kita menulis langsung apa yang dikatakan Rocky, itu namanya direct. Sedang indirect kita mengulang lagi. Jadi tulisannya nggak seperti ini, tapi kita bilangnya Rocky Askin berkata bahwa dia. Jadi menjadinya dia atau si kapal itu bla 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 bla. Okay, now we come to the question for this subject. Okay, so here it is the question for K13 for news item. You have to answer the news item text here. Ya, there are only four question by using essay. Ya, yang 1, 2, 3 essay and 4 is and okay. If you have any question, you can text me or comment below. I think that's all for our lesson today. I hope you will finish all your homeworks. And then thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.